Alright, so I'm going to talk about... I wasn't thinking about doing another video tonight, but I saw the trailer for Resident Evil Requiem, and as a big Resident Evil fan, I was like, well, fuck, I'm talking about it. Like, that was really how it came to be, was that I was just like, I'm not going to talk about it, I'm not going to talk about it, but yet here we are, so I do apologize in advance for how the video looks. Like, there's nothing really I can do about the lighting. Anyway, so let's talk about Resident Evil 9, called Resident Evil Requiem. Now, the biggest thing out of the gate is that we are getting like a unique legacy character, Grace Ashcroft, who is the daughter of Alyssa Ashcroft, who most of you guys would know best as one of the reporters and survivors from Resident Evil 3. After the fall of Raccoon City, she was one of the survivors who made it out of there, and has made appearances here and there for a while. So I think it's really cool that, like, we're getting, like, a different... I mean, it is another legacy character, but it's a new character as a connection to a, like, deep-cut character. So I really do like that. Now, what's interesting is that they bring up that Grace is now working at the CIA and has been investigating a series of strange murders. And director comes in, tells her, hey, we need you to go to the Remwood Hotel where your mother was killed. So it's interesting that we've killed off... Well, if media has taught me anything, is that no one's really dead until you see a body. So, now, to be fair, Alyssa could still be dead. That's something you really have to, like, take into account, is that Alyssa could still be, you know... It could be dead, taken face value, or maybe Alyssa's still alive. Maybe she's the main antagonist of the game. Maybe she's working something deep cover. We don't know. Like, that's kind of the thing, is that we don't know at the moment as to what's going on. And it's kind of cool, you know, not knowing. So I really do like that. I really do like that whole thing. I'm not saying Alyssa's still alive, but, like, as it's all as Star Wars has taught us anything, even if you see a body, they ain't dead. They might not be dead. Anyway, so the Remwood Hotel looks like one of our main locations, but it does look like we're going to have several deep locations alongside it. So I'm curious to see where these other places are. It looks like we're going to be somewhere in the Middle East with what I think is Redfield. Jesus. Chris Redfield. And someone mentioned that they heard Leon's voice among the cacophony, so that'd be kind of cool too. But Grace looks like our main character, and I guess we're done with the winner, with Winters and Ethan Winters and his daughter. I guess we're done with that storyline, but who knows? Maybe we get Winters' daughter in the next story. I mean, in this story, maybe just to connect those two plot lines together. I think what's also interesting is that this storyline actually does feel like a straight up another straight up horror game like Biohazard was. Whereas Village had its horror elements. Village was more of a, you know, had a little more action vibe to it. So it looks like we're going back to Biohazard, where we're getting more darker element. Like, this is going to be a darker, more brutal game. A more, like, again, it's straight up, we're going horror. And someone did mention this in the comments section, which I am inclined to believe that they heard that the Remwood Hotel was based off of the Cecil Hotel, which if you don't know what the Cecil Hotel is, the Cecil Hotel is basically a hotel in New York that is allegedly incredibly haunted and has been known for several kidnappings and murders that have happened, as well as disappearances. So it would not shock me at all if the Cecil Hotel was a inspiration for this place. And it's kind of cool, and I'm kind of surprised we haven't gotten a store like a Resident. It's taken us 9 games to get a proper. I know we've had levels in hotels in some games and some of the supplement games, but it's taken us over, like, I said 9, but that was counting main title, but like 9 games plus all the spin-offs to get a game that's centered or mostly centered in a hotel. Yeah, I'm a little surprised that we got that. So I do think that's a pretty neat idea that we got going on. I'm I'm just excited at 2026. Let's see how it goes. Biohazard was great. Village was awesome. So we'll see how this all plays out. Honestly, I'm again, it's cool that we're going back to the Ashcrofts. I like the idea of this could be a globe-trotting game, kind of like Resident Evil 5, or excuse me, Resident Evil 6, which I hopefully will take the globe-trotting shit that 5 and 6 had and give it the horror spin and horror elements that 7 brought back to. So if you could mix the globe-trotting from 6 with the horror elements of 7 and make it a beautiful little marriage of horror and blood and guts, that'd be great. All in all, I'm really excited for this. But you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of this first trailer for Resident Evil Requiem? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.